And just a couple things real quickly. First of all, appreciate the fans turning out. Nice crowd today. Nice crowd in Des Moines earlier, a couple weeks back, and I think that was really a positive thing for our team. And just overall, you're never totally pleased with everything, but I think two things. I think the players have worked extremely hard, and I can say that about the majority of our 15 opportunities to practice. And then the other thing too is I think we've seen a lot of growth, and probably more on an individual basis than maybe a team thing, but all that stuff adds up. So we still have work to do as far as putting things together and getting in sync totally, that type of thing. But it's been fun to watch a lot of players, I think, improve, and that's all players. Veteran players like Morris, Kirksey, and Hitchens, who have played a lot, down to guys like you saw Blake Luska today. Do a really nice job making some nice grabs. That one in the end zone or near end zone was really nice, and he's had a good week. So kind of came alive the last couple of workouts, and that's a fun part about spring practice is you get to evaluate the whole team and just see how things are moving. So all in all, very pleased about that, and we have a lot of work to do certainly, but that's how it's supposed to be. But very enthused about the way the players have approached this 15-day period.
So what's the latest on the quarterbacks?
Probably about what it was earlier. Clearly cloudy, and we didn't really plan on making any decisions coming out of today. And you have to look at the tape and all that. But I think all of them are doing some good things. All of them have things to work on, and we'll try to address those things moving forward. And the obvious thing is none of them have played yet. So today, it's not an official game, but at least it gives them in game situations and game circumstances, and it'll be a good learning tool for all of them. And I think the good thing about all three guys right now, they'll be able this summer to go back and look at these 15 practices, and I think it'll mean more to them, and hopefully all three of them will play even better when August comes around.
Was that sort of the driver behind the scoring system in 4 quarters? Was just to give the quarterbacks a taste of game?
It was part of it, and we've probably done more of that type of work without keeping score, but just playing football, if you will, this spring than we have in any spring prior, and it seems like it was good for the entire team. And I think we'll probably have to do more of that in August too, but hopefully that'll help expedite the process a little bit. And the one thing I did learn today, I think clearly, the scoring system was devised by an offensive coach. I felt like we were in an arena game out there at one point, but I guess that's a good thing. Arena ball is discovered in Iowa, right? Invented in Iowa, so little theme there, but it was good. I think the players enjoyed that part of it.
Have you begun to notice like even a tiny bit of separation with the quarterbacks though, since you've gone away from going every 2 plays to allowing them to control a drive?
Yeah, I mean it's really not even worth talking about at this point. I think we'll go through this coming week, Greg, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But like I said, I think they're all doing some things well. They all have some things to work on, and the good thing is that we're not playing until the end of August, so we have a lot of time right now to let things kind of sort themselves out, if you will. And we'll once we get into August camp, at some point we're going to have to start differentiating a little bit and steer it one way or the other. But I think right now we just want to let them continue to compete.
So do you like Carl Davis as a player now, who maybe believes in himself a little bit and can make some plays for you from that line?
You see players improving. I think it's one of the fun things about spring practice and camp. Players don't always enjoy it as much as the coaches, but I mentioned, I think, Morris, Kirksey, they've played pretty well for us. Hitch, I know he's made a lot of tackles, but I think he played better this spring. And that's experience. That's the value of experience and the benefit of experience. And then get a guy like Carl who really hasn't played that many snaps from the line of scrimmage. But, he clearly has taken a step this spring. So that was really good to see. And, he's a big guy who's capable. He's got a great attitude. And I think he's finally starting to develop the confidence that it takes to play successfully. So there's no way to hand a player that. They've got to go out and earn that, and it happens for him at different times. But I think he's not there yet, but he's certainly on the road. And this is his best period of football for us since he's been on campus.
It looked like he was held back a little bit by his knee injury last year, or he held himself back. Is he now just kind of just playing, not worrying about
That's a big factor for most players. If they have injuries, and a lot of things happen during careers, and it's rare when a player doesn't have to deal with an injury, and he certainly did. So yeah, he missed an awful lot of time. He's basically a guy helping out the other guys last spring, and that impedes a player's progress tremendously. Austin Blythe is a guy last year who was doing some good things early in the season. had that injury, and then he never, when he came back, he was playing okay, but he never got to the level he was at, right before he got hurt. And now he's playing a lot differently than he did at any time last year, so that's a benefit of the experience. But injuries, especially with younger guys that haven't played much, really impede progress. It's a big factor. And, you just hope it doesn't happen. But when it does, that's one more hurdle the player has to overcome.
Has Haluska moved up the ladder some?
I'll be honest. I mean, he was fairly invisible for the majority of spring practice, and then this past week he really has done some good things. He had a good practice both Wednesday and Thursday, and caught our eye. And certainly today he took another step forward. And historically for us, we've needed people to step forward that maybe nobody saw coming, stories that you didn't see coming, and not ready to crown him right now, but certainly this has been a good 3-day period, not just today. And we need help everywhere, so that'd be a great thing. So he's got I hope he walked away today feeling better about himself after this past week than he did maybe a week or 2 weeks ago.